Be happy for me.
Of course.
Michael.
I am. Hey, I want you to be happy. Just be careful. You two just met.
Don't you believe in love at first sight?
Baby, you know I love you, right? I don't want anyone to hurt you.
And I love you for that.
Hey, sorry, we're not spending enough time together.
What?
Michael, do you mind if I steal my beautiful bride from you for a few minutes?
Not at all. Come on. Frank, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're gonna have that dance.
I know.
What a voice. Kansas City's own Angela Hagenbach. My brothers and I would like to thank you for helping the Emery family celebrate this happy occasion. As I look out, the thing that strikes me are the many faces of warmth and family and friendship. Mayor Butler, welcome. And some faces aren't quite as friendly as others. Police Chief Gillis. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering why Frank has never been married before. But all you have to do is spend 1 minute with Hayden, and you know that he's just been waiting for someone that special. Everybody raise him up. On behalf of my brothers, I would like to welcome Hayden to the Emery family.
Thanks, guys. I love you. Thank you. Hayden and I, Mrs. Emery and I kind of like the sound of that. We're just so happy that you could all show up today and join us in this special moment. Thanks. Hayden, love you, babe.
Go ahead, lighten up.
Thanks. White.
To the dance floor. Let's do it.
Look at everyone.
How'd I do, Michael?
The man, Joseph.
Can I invite you to dance?
Why not?
Fun.
Southward gaze through the sky from where October rain falls. The parched earth looks up and
Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran cielito lindo los corazones. Es el lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Es el lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca.
Oh, I love this place. What do you say we just stay here forever?
Just take a look in at eyeball stuff.
Yeah, sometimes. How about you? Don't you get tired of working for your brother and crunching numbers all day?
Numbers fascinate me.
Fascinate. That's hardly the operative word for numbers.
Well, they don't lie, cheat, or steal. They always tell the truth.
How so?
Well, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. You, my darling, are a 10.
Oh boy, love is blind.
No. Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just make me kind of lightheaded, that's all.
You're always gonna love me.
Promise. Scout's honor. What do you say go back to the room and have a cocktail?
Sounds good to me. Hey,
Hi, baby.
so what time do you think you'll be home?
Not soon enough. But I don't think I'll get there till after 7.
Well, I don't know if I can wait that long.
Me either.
Someone's at the door. I will, see you when you get home. I love you.
You too.
Mrs. Emery?
Yes?
Hi, I'm Father Jay Kellum. I run the mission over on State Street. I was wondering if you and your husband would have a moment to discuss some things with me.
My husband's in surgery today. I can give you the number at the hospital if you'd like.
Well, I've tried to get a hold of him, but they always refer me to someone else.
What is this about?
Well, I'm sure you realize that your husband owns several apartment buildings downtown on State Street.
Yes, he owns some real estate, but his brothers manage that property.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid that's the problem. We live in one of the most beautiful cities in the country, but this is the side of town you're not going to see in House Beautiful.
I'm absolutely sure that my husband has no idea that this property looks like this.
Yeah, well, his brothers know all about it. They buy up the properties on the cheap, they tear down all the buildings, and then they put up high-rise condos, which is great, unless you're one of the people who loses your home. And you've been living down here for years, and you've got no hope of being able to afford to relocate. You know what the economy is like right now.
Isn't there any way they can get some sort of federal assistance?
I'll level with you, Miss Emery. A lot of the tenants are illegals. The issue's compassion. You're an Emery now. The Emerys own this town. You can help. I want you to meet someone. It's Father Kellum. Hi, Maria. This is Hayden.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
She needs to look around. Is that okay?
Come on in. Sorry about the mess. do you do? My name is Hayden. What's yours?
Juana.
Is this your dolly? She's beautiful.
She's sick. She got bit.
I call the landlord. He never comes. I pay the rent every month, too, on time.
The Emerys plan to tear this apartment building down in a few months, so they're not about to spend any money on repairs. In fact, they haven't spent anything on repairs since they purchased the property over a year ago.
Well, that's terrible. I promised to do something. What happened to your arm?
I got bit by a rat.
You gotta be kidding.
I saw that with my own eyes. I mean, the recession has hit down there really hard, Frank. People are living out of their cars because they were thrown out of their apartments. The State Street mission is falling apart. And this little girl, her name is Juana. I mean, she can't be more than 8 years old. Her mother told me that that's a rat bite.
I had no idea.
Your brothers do. They are tearing down those buildings as fast as they can in order to build new condominiums and lofts.
Well, Virgil and Joseph are in charge of all that. All my time is consumed with the practice and my patients. Let's face it, Hayden, that area of the city is an eyesore and a feeding ground for crime.
But what about those poor people that want to make a better life for themselves, Frank?
Sweetie, you can't save the world by yourself.
And you can't stand around and do nothing. Can't you just talk to them?
Let me tell you something about my family. My father was a pragmatist that made a fortune in real estate. I took a different path and became a doctor, which he admired. And I guess it's no secret to anyone that for some reason I was his favorite. So when he died, he practically cut Virgil and Joseph out of the will and left most of everything to me. Talk about guilt. You understand, I have to allow them some reign.
Going over the State Street files, and I think I found evidence of some improprieties.
What are you talking about?
I think your brothers are cooking the books. Like making payouts to city officials.
That's a pretty serious accusation.
Since when do you care what goes on down there?
Since I discovered that you were giving kickbacks to city contractors and inspectors.
Frank, State Street is a cesspool, okay? The city wants us to clean up the place. They want us to move out the bad element.
The tenants are forced into squalor.
Repairmen want premiums just to go down there. There's not enough cash to fix everything right away. We're just throwing good money after bad. We're gonna tear the buildings down anyways, Frank. We're not doing anything our father didn't do. You get your share, Frank. What we've done has made you even richer. Don't act all high and mighty. You're the one that wanted to stay big beneficiary Frank. Everyone's favorite Emery.
Virgil.
That's not fair. And this will not continue. I'm putting a halt to the State Street project.
What are you talking about?
I am the CEO of Emery Properties. I am the majority owner. I am putting somebody else in control.
Someone else. Who?
Hayden.
How could you fire your own brothers in favor of that money suck? She has got you so whipped. You better grow a pair!
Don't you dare talk to me like that.
Frank, I'm sorry.
Frank, just relax. Okay, Frank, just breathe.
Okay.
Yeah. Virgil, come on.
What? Okay. Well, just the same, there'll be no more skimming. And I'm going to give Hayden full authority to draw on our account to invest in the State Street properties.
Frank, you can't.
Oh, I can, and I will.
What's all this?
Just some of the Emery Empire.
It's more like Skid Row.
It is. Virgil and Joseph plan on tearing down every building on State Street.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
Well, it isn't. Hundreds of people are going to be thrown out of their homes, and I plan on doing something about it.
Come on, you've got a job here with us. You don't got to go save the world.
No. Look at these pictures, Michael. I'm in a position I can do something now. I want to help them.
I realize that, so give them money if you want to, but I've told you, the Emerys own this town, and they're not going to sit around all nice and happy while you mingle in their business, okay? You're just a moth dancing by the flame.
Don't patronize me, Michael.
Hey, then don't be naive. The Emerys are snakes, all right? And people who deal with them get hurt.
My husband isn't a snake.
You have no idea what you're getting into, Hayden.
Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm getting into. Hi. Well, the buildings aren't going to get torn down, at least not for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Hayden. What about fixing up the existing structures?
That'll happen too.
I drove over to State Street today. I guess I got there a little bit after you left.
You did.
Yeah. I met some of the people who live there. Some of the people you were talking about. And I've been meaning to talk to you about something, and I've been giving a lot of thought to this. Well, my will.
Oh my God. Take it back.
No, I want you to read it. I wrote it myself, and dated and signed.
But why are we talking about your will right now? It's so morbid. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you did marry me for my money, didn't you?
That's not funny.
I know. But, Hayden, you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Thank you.
And you earned it. The only thing I ask is, in the event of, just take care of my brothers, okay? They're a little upset, but those two, they're highly excitable, a lot more than me, and they'll get over it. I mean, forget about the State Street thing, move on to another project. It's a big town.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think they're still mad. I think they're mad that I exposed them. I had to help that little girl. I just had to.
I know that. And that's one of the reasons I love you so much. Okay?
Winter's coming.
No, it's football weather. It's too bad we have to get back to the office.
Well, I'm going to actually meet with the contractor. I'm trying to fix up the apartments on State Street. The roof leaks, the sink leaks, everything leaks.
Is this really worth it? I mean, I understand you want to help the underprivileged and all that, but, at what price? It's costing the Emerys millions of dollars, and Frank's a really good guy, and I'm putting him in a tough position. Look, I gotta get back to the office. Your brother's gonna kill me.
Would you like to come over tonight and have a glass of wine?
Sure. Where's Frank?
Well, he's playing poker with the boy.
Right. Poker.
What?
You know they're doing more than just playing poker. I mean, Frank is Frank. He's not some choir boy.
Well, if you know so much about this poker game, why don't you tell me where it is?
Are you sure you want to know?
What is this place?
Let's just say that the guy who lives here earned his money the old-fashioned way. Racketeering.
Really? Wow.
Tonight's gonna open your eyes. You won't believe who comes here. It's a boys' club. Are you sure you want to know about this?
Yes. Let's sneak in. Come on.
There's your mayor.
What is it with politicians and women?
I'm sorry.
Must have coffee. Sweetie. Sorry I got home so late.
I hope you won.
Yeah. I did pretty well.
Oh, I tried to call you last night.
Yeah, I know. I was right in the middle of this hand, and it was a good hand, and it was a pretty intense game, and no excuses. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you.
I made you some toast.
Oh.
Are you okay?
I got a headache, but it'll be okay. What did you do last night?
Lori and I went out.
Did you have fun?
Yep.
Oh. Well, I'm jealous. Hey. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. I gotta go to work. I got surgery all day.
Okay.
We okay?
Scout's honor. Now.
All right, later.
Okay. Hi, Michael. I'm not going to come in today. I'm sorry. No, I'm fine. I just think I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'll be in first thing tomorrow. Frank? Can I call you back? Yeah, it's fine. I'll call you back. Who's there? Frank? Is that you? Frank? Yes, this is Hayden Emery. Can you send someone to 2023 Richmond Drive, please, as soon as you can?
It's just me.
What is the matter with you? What are you doing?
What's the matter with me? Frank is a good guy. He is loyal like a dog to his family, to his wife. A wife who some say might have married him for his money.
You disgust me. I don't know how the three of you came from the same mother. I really don't. What are you doing here?
Last night wasn't all fun and games, okay? It's business, it's relationships. Where do you think all this stuff comes from? It's not just a bunch of guys blowing off steam at the end of the day. Hayden, what are you doing? Hayden, please. Hayden, just would you please listen to me, okay? Frank is in love right now, and I can appreciate that. But love is fickle, and it doesn't last forever. And it's my job to make sure the Emery family business does.
Get out of my house.
Okay. Frank drafted a will recently.
Yeah, that's right.
It's my understanding that you are the executor of that will.
Get out of my house.
Your house. Is this your house? Did I make a mistake coming in here? Because I'll tell you what, it sure looks familiar. Is it your painting? Did you pay for those books? Did you pay for this house? What are you gonna do with that? You wanna kill me? Looks like I'm saved by the bell. Why don't you go answer that?
What is wrong with you?
This is Emery. I'm Detective Sloan. You dialed 911. Is everything okay? Ma'am, you mind if I come in?
Oh, it can't be. Could it be you, Sloan? They've got you doing patrol calls now? I mean, that's a little beneath even you, isn't it?
Oh, no. I like taking these calls when there's an Emery involved. You said someone was in your house? Is this the intruder? Ma'am, is this the intruder?
No, he's my brother-in-law.
Well, if he broke into your home, I could still take him in.
I bet you'd like that, wouldn't you, Sloan?
I would. We could spend an hour or two alone before your big shot friends got you out.
You know what? I just can't take it. Seriously.
It was a misunderstanding. I'm not going to press any charges. Thank you for coming.
Look, the only reason I came over was to give you this. It's the key to the front door. And, you might want to change the alarm codes. He's had the same one for so many years, it's downright scary how many people know them. See you, Sloan.
Well, if you have any thoughts or questions, give me a call.
Thank you.
You can read these as well as I can, Frank. I'm sorry. You got the hemiparesis on the right side of your body. It's bad this time. You've had another stroke.
Another stroke? What are you talking about?
6 years ago, he had a minor stroke. Unfortunately, once you've had one, you're more susceptible to another one.
I didn't tell you. I didn't want to worry you.
Frank, you could have told me. You wouldn't have worried me.
Typically, the second stroke is fatal. You're very lucky. If I remember my residency, you're a fan of the single malts, bourbons.
Oh, Brent, please.
Look, we're putting you on warfarin. You cannot drink alcohol. It could kill you.
He's not gonna drink. I'll make sure of that. Frank, we're gonna fight this. You beat it once, I'll beat it again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Aiden, we came to see Frank.
No. He's upset and I don't want you making it worse.
He's our brother.
Yeah, you'll get to see him. Just not today.
Aiden, I demand to see my brother.
It was no one. How are you feeling?
Oh, I could use another pill.
You remember what the doctor said.
I know, but I got some pain.
You know what? I don't want you taking too many of those pills, Frank. Come on.
You're right, doctor. I know.
Okay, I'll get you a refill. Okay? Be right back. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
Virgil, this is Hayden. Frank is gone. If you know where he is, can you please call me back?
I left the house for 20 minutes to get his prescription refilled.
But there's nothing I can do right now.
What do you mean there's nothing you can do? You have to do something. He is sick. He could die.
A procedure states that I can't put out an APB for another 48 hours.
What about kidnapping?
By whom?
By his brothers. I guarantee you, they have Frank.
Oh, Frank.
Okay. Me being away.
Frank, Hayden's the one who called me and told me to come and pick you up so you could spend some time with your brothers.
Oh.
Frank, drink up.
There's the Frank we all know and love.
You gonna gamble or what?
You want to gamble? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna gamble.
All right. To the Emery brothers.
To the Emery boys. Together again. All right. Before we gamble, a little bit of paperwork. Virgil? All right?
Oh,
No, just a little bit,
come
Frank.
on.
It's just one signature is all we need, really.
What is this?
Medical bills. You're a doctor, Frank. You know how expensive it is to have a stroke.
Oh, yeah. Where?
Right there.
I gotta have another painkiller.
Frank, how many times do I have to tell you that you're taking too many painkillers?
I know.
Okay. One more signature right there. I'm gonna take you upstairs and I'm gonna take care of you. Okay? I'm gonna give you a couple of painkillers. There you go. Ready to do some gambling, brother?
I went and traced his credit card use for the past few days. He's at the 7th Street.
The casino?
Mm-hmm. You know, I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think you're in way over your head with the Emerys.
I do mind, Detective. I do mind. Keep your opinions to yourself.
Oh, it's... What do you think?
Trip ace?
Frank! Frank!
Hey!
What, are you trying to kill him?
We're just having a good time here, Hayden, playing some cards.
We're going home now, Frank.
Cosmo.
Come on. Let me by. Frank!
Hey!
What are you doing? Let me by! Let me by!
Taking care of him, okay?
What? Yeah, sure you are. Are you just gonna stand there? What is the matter with you people? Frank, let me go. Let me go.
They locked me out of my own house. Can they do that?
Legally, no, but it's gonna take a court order to get him out.
Well, let's get one.
I will, don't worry.
Poor Frank. He's in there all by himself. God only knows what they're doing to him.
Look, everything's gonna be fine. We have a meeting with the judge in the morning. All right?
Your Honor, Frank Emery at this point in his life is unable to manage his own affairs.
That is not true. He was not supposed to be drinking and taking those pills.
He's physically ill and emotionally distraught over his wife's betrayal.
Betrayal? What are you talking about? What is she talking about?
Frank Emery has cut off all contact with his wife and will be filing for divorce. We therefore ask that his affairs be managed by a family member who has Mr. Emery's interests at heart.
Your Honor, my sister managed those properties at Mr. Emery's request with great success, and there's no reason to believe she'll do otherwise now.
Well, there is, Counselor. It's called Hell Hath No Fury.
Excuse me?
I'm going to appoint Joe Emery to be the administrator of his brother's business and financial affairs, and I'm going to grant a restraining order for Mrs. Emery to stay at least 500 yards away from Frank Emery.
Your Honor, that is absolutely absurd.
That's done, Counselor.
Can't believe they granted them a restraining order.
This pisses me off. Got that judge in their back pocket along with half of the city.
Yeah, but how do we prove it?
Stop it! Just stop it! What about Frank? Who's taking care of him?
What's she gonna do?
Really, whatever she wants. Stay with me until we figure this mess out.
Hello.
Miss Emery, this is Dr. Moncher.
Yes?
Frank's awake and he's been asking for you.
What can I do? The Emery brothers served me with a restraining order.
Look, I know Joseph and Virgil won't allow it, but they've gone to dinner. I really think you should see him. I left the back door open, and you should park down the street.
Frank? Frank, I'm here to get you out. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's okay, it's okay, it's out. Ah! I've gotta go. I love you. I'll be back. Hello? No. No, doctor, please.
I'm sorry, Hayden. I'm really sorry.
Detective, I have the autopsy report on Frank Emery. Thought you'd want to see this right away.
Thank you.
Do you need me to explain anything?
No.
And so, in hope of everlasting life, we say goodbye to our friend, our brother, our husband, Frank Emery.
I got something to say, Padre. Frank Emery was my big brother. And there's nothing in this life that has made me more proud than that fact. He was my mentor, he was my teacher, and Frank Emery was one of the last real men walking this planet. And everybody here who knows us really well knows that the Emery family, we had something really special. Everybody wanted to be an Emery. It was special. Until this gold digger showed up.
What is wrong with you?
I'm gonna have a final drink. My big brother.
Slow.
Hayden Emery, I'm taking you in for questioning for the murder of Frank Emery.
You're gonna arrest me at my husband's funeral?
No, I'm holding you for investigative observation for 24 hours. Get in the car, please.
But this is ridiculous. I did not kill my husband.
He was divorcing you. He locked you out of your house. He served you with a restraining order. Look, we questioned Dr. Monsher. He said he had suggested that you see Frank the night of the murder. That put you alone with your husband.
Yes, that's right. I was there. And when I left, he was alive. I saw Joseph drive up. It's Joseph.
The truth is, I'm not a fan of Joseph Emery. And I'll be checking his alibi very carefully. But those brothers were together for several days. Why didn't they kill him then? Why kill him at all?
Because they're trying to set me up for murder. Because if I'm convicted of murder, then they get the entire estate. It's always been about the money with them.
Now, if you are the executor of the estate, wouldn't it serve you well to have Frank dead?
Where are you going with this?
Who gets the estate?
I do.
Well, there. See, now you have a motive. Now, Dr. Green, the ME, he's the guy that did the autopsy on your husband. Look here. It says petechial hemorrhaging in the eyes. Smothering will do that.
Smothering?
Yeah, petechial hemorrhaging doesn't happen in a natural death. It's like somebody put a pillow over his face and then pushed down real hard until he woke up dead.
I want to see my lawyer.
Will you tell your brother we're about to get your DNA? After that, you're free to go.
The day after Frank died, the in-laws filed a petition revoking his will. It leaves everything to Joseph and Virgil Emery.
So I'm gonna get convicted of a murder that I didn't commit.
Wouldn't put anything past those two punks. Now it looks like the will was made when Frank's at the scene of his days before he died.
Oh, Lord, let's see. So we have a petition from the Emery brothers to become the inheritors of Frank Emery's estate. What's the issue, Mr. Palmer?
Simply put, Your Honor, we believe the petition is invalid.
Go on.
Well, we'd like to have handwriting experts analyze the various documents for authenticity and discovery.
Well, good. Then we'll have a trial.
And, Your Honor, we would also like to review the Emery business records from the past 6 months. From the time that Joseph Emery was made administrator, we believe the real estate assets comprise the majority of the inheritance and feel it necessary to review the documents.
Mr. Novi?
No objection?
Mr. Palmer, you got 2 weeks.
Your Honor, that's not near enough time for me to...
2 weeks.
The judge asked that you send Michael Palmer all the business records for the past 6 months.
We can't send them the record.
You have to.
We have to. Well, there's names in those records no one can see. Not least of which yours, Mr. Novi. So...
I'm obliged as your lawyer to remind you that legally you have to send them everything.
Well, I'm glad you're obliged, but, you know, sometimes files get misplaced.
Can't believe these guys.
No, it's gonna take forever to dig through the stuff, and it's time we don't have.
No kidding.
Is it true that your husband wrote you out of his will, Ms. Emery?
Step back.
Did you have anything to do with this death?
Please, step back. I'll be making a statement. Okay? Yes.
Are you following me?
As a matter of fact.
I didn't kill my husband.
But the evidence points to you, Mrs. Emery. You know, Joseph and Virgil were at their club that night having dinner. They closed the place, lots of witnesses.
I'm telling you, Joseph was there.
And I'm telling you, your DNA was found under Frank's fingernails. Now, the DA is building his case. He doesn't want you to skip. You could be a flight risk. So I will be watching you.
He insisted on writing a new will after we were married.
And was it this document?
Yes. I put it in a drawer. We joked about it.
It leaves the entire estate to you, correct?
Yes. He thought because of my background in accounting, I would be best able to handle his affair. I would have taken care of his brothers.
Hayden, was your marriage ever in trouble?
No, we were happy.
Then how do you explain Frank filing for divorce?
When I found him at the casino, he was drunk and high on pills and clearly not himself. I believe his brothers manipulated him and forced him to sign the will. And now they are trying to frame me for murder.
Objection! This is not the murder trial. We're in court to prove the authenticity of the will.
Sustained. Counselor, focus your examinations on this case, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Hayden, why do you think Frank left his entire properties to his brothers and cut you out of the will completely?
He would never have done that of his own volition. I believe they forced him.
Objection!
Sustained.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
So the old will was written several months ago, just after you were married. Is that correct?
Yes.
But the will was never notarized, was it?
It was a holographic will. He wrote it himself.
Really? Man of his wealth wrote his own will. I find that hard to believe.
He was a particular man. He liked to do things his own way, and sometimes that way was unconventional.
Unconventional. Oh, that's good. Isn't it true that you sabotage relations with his family?
They thought I was trying to ruin their business. I wanted to stop the development of the State Street project.
You told Frank to pull the plug on the multi-million-dollar project that Joseph and Virgil Emery had worked for months on.
Yes, and they hated me for that. But low-income families were being forced out onto the streets. And Frank agreed with me.
I believe that when he asked for a divorce, you were afraid you'd lose the money. And so you put a pillow over his head and you pressed it and you held it there.
Objection,
until he was
Your
unable to
Honor.
breathe.
Objection!
Mr. Novi.
I would never have hurt Frank!
Not according to the police.
Your Honor, you just asked that the murder allegations be kept out of this trial.
My God, that was round one.
It's all hyperbole and drama. It doesn't mean a thing.
Really? See if you still feel that way after you sit through one of that lady's inquisitions.
Look, the issue is whether or not the Emerys are Frank's inheritors. We're not dealing at this point with the cause of Frank's death.
If you ask me, it's all tied together. I found the notary that witnessed Frank's signature on the new will.
You did?
She's a blackjack dealer at the casino. I'm meeting her later tonight.
That's amazing. Juana, Maria, I saw you back there.
That lady wasn't very nice.
No, she wasn't, was she?
You can have my doll. She protects me from mean people. She'll protect you.
Are you sure? Thank you so much for coming. And thank you. I can use all the support I can get.
Is it you? Are you near? Is your heart the one I hear? I can almost hear you calling. Here I am. Oh, my love, come to me. Be my eyes and help me see. In the dark I hear you calling. Here I am. You vowed to never leave and share my every day. You showed me how to fly. Took me up so high. Just when I believed my love would never go away, I turned and you were gone. I'm still holding on. So I breathe once again of the time I knew you well. I remember we were smiling. Here I am. If you ever hear me calling, here I am. Here I
Mr. Ross?
Mr. Stringer? Nice to meet you. Please, come see. Can I get you a cocktail or something?
No, thanks. My boss said you had some work for me.
Yeah. You're a notary, huh? How's that work around here?
When casino guests put their personal property up as collateral, I notarized the deal for the casino. You have no idea how many bad marriages I've witnessed.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I do have something that needs to be notarized.
Power of attorney to you from a Mr. Collins. I don't see Mr. Collins here with us.
That's because he's not here. But I've got his driver's license.
I need the signatory here in person.
Really? Well, my friend Joseph Emery, he said you might be willing to overlook that requirement.
Did you bring his thumbprint?
Well, if I don't have his thumb, I don't have his print.
Very funny, Mr. Ross. We're living in a high-tech world. Cuts down on forged signatures. Not everybody lives by the letter of the law. Did Joseph tell you? A glass? A piece of plastic? Something the signatory held so I can pull a print from it?
No, you failed to mention that.
Give me a call when you have it.
Just a second. So Joseph gave you something with a thumbprint on it and you just lifted it.
What's up with all the questions? You a cop?
Attorney.
Attorney. Should have known by your slick suit. I'm out of here.
You're not going anywhere. You listen to me. If there was fraud involved with Frank Emery's paperwork, you're going to tell me all about it. See, my client's life kind of depends on it. So you shoot straight with me, otherwise I dump you in your little sideshow in the DA's lap, and I guarantee you one thing, little girl. You'll be dealing blackjack for cigarettes from behind bars. Capiche?
Okay. Not here. I get off in a couple of hours. And I'm gonna want some cash.
Of course. Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to pay my respects, tell you how sorry I am about your brother.
Is that right?
Do they know who did it?
Casino security seems to think that it was a mugging. We find that hard to believe, though, since his wallet wasn't taken.
I think it was personal. What do you think, Miss Denovi?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean, and so do your clients.
This is rough on everyone. If you'd consider a settlement, I'll see what my clients think. I'm sure we could see our way clear to giving you a third of the estate.
Really? That's so generous. She's entitled to a third by law.
Ultimately, that's for the judge to decide. Take it and we can all move on to something better.
Michael gets beat up and you come here to make a deal. I find the timing odd.
They don't even know I'm here. I'm just trying to end this thing. Hayden, believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
I think you should go, Miss Denovi. I'll discuss this with my client.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Never been better. I'll be fine. So, what's going on?
I'm gonna settle.
No, you're not.
None of this is worth losing you.
Okay? I'm not going anywhere, and you're not gonna settle. Okay? They did this to me. They're framing you for murder, and we're gonna fight. And I found a witness with a little story to tell.
This latest request comes way too late, Your Honor. It will merely stretch the amount of time already spent on this issue.
Your Honor, we're asking to add one expert witness.
And this witness, this Dr. Moncher, the purpose is?
We have case law in which the actions of a decedent who was found to be mentally unbalanced were later reversed by the court.
Dr. Moncher is an internist, not a psychiatrist.
And as such, he was well aware of the amount of pain medication and drugs Dr. Emery was taking and how it affected his judgment.
Oh yes, I see. Holbein v. Klimt, all right.
Your Honor, how can you possibly judge the mental state of a person post-mortem?
Is this your only witness?
Yes. Dr. Moncher will testify that Frank Emery was in no state of mind to conduct his business or to change his will.
You know, Dr. William Moncher submitted a sworn affidavit to this court in which he said that Frank Emery was in a clear state of mind on the day of his death. You might not want this to be your only witness.
You got to him too? Is there anyone your money doesn't buy off?
Mrs. Emery, one more of those, I'll declare you in contempt. All right, this court's adjourned until 10 o'clock Thursday morning.
Now would be a good time to schedule a settlement meeting.
Settle. Why should we?
We're winning the case outright. Why should we settle? I want to rub the salt in the wound.
Too many things can go wrong if we drag this thing out.
Like what?
Like 7th Street Casino, for one.
What about the 7th Street Casino? What is she talking about, Joseph?
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
By law, Hayden is entitled to 1/3 of the estate. In the long run, Judge Garner will have to give her that much.
Judge Garner is not going to do anything that isn't in our interest. So just keep doing what we tell you to do. All right, Mr. Novi? You're doing a great job. Settle.
I don't know, brother.
Hello?
This is Belinda Denovi. We have to talk alone.
What is there to talk about?
I quit the case and there's some things you need to know.
Can you meet me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock? I'm at my brother's condo. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, by the river. Remember, alone. Don't trust anyone.
Okay.
Who is that?
That was Belinda Denovi. She said she wants to meet with me.
Really? Well, I'm dying to hear what she has to say.
She said she wanted to meet with me alone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I can handle it. I'm a big girl now.
Thanks.
What am I doing here?
There was no love lost between you and Belinda DeNoble.
No, I wouldn't say we were the most cordial of friends.
But you said she was coming to meet you. But you said she wanted to meet you at your brother's house and not his office. Didn't that seem strange?
I thought so.
This was a professional hit, a well-placed puncture to the spleen.
She was a target.
That's right, but whose?
Well, Michael goes to the 7th Street Casino to interview a key witness. He gets attacked. Belinda DeNoble calls me. She's resigning. She's scared. She's upset. She gets murdered.
Are you telling me that she was no longer Emery's lawyer?
I checked with the court. She had just filed a motion to resign yesterday.
Well, trust me, I'm going to bring Joseph Emery in.
Well, let me ask you something, Detective. What do you have against the Emerys anyway?
Some years ago, my brother was run over by Joseph Emery. Virgil was in the right seat, and he blew a 1.5 on the breathalyzer, and he got 90 days in jail and fined $100. My brother got a 6-foot hole in the ground. I think I'll find out where Joseph Emery was yesterday.
You gotta let go of the past, Sloan.
It's Detective Sloan.
You and I have a lot in common, actually. I mean, you don't particularly care for me, and I just absolutely loathe you. You put me in jail. Do you know what that's like?
Well, it's horribly painful, I hope. And sure not for long enough.
Well, after I discuss your vengeance-ridden motive for harassing me with Chief Gillis, I'm sure that he is going to promptly fire your ass.
Until then, you're stuck with me.
Is there a reason why I'm here?
The murder of Belinda DeNoble. She suddenly resigns from your case, goes to see your opponent, and you take her out.
Let's see. I was with Virgil. Then, we were going over the lawsuit. And I was at the club. And I got about 50 witnesses, so...
Ooh, that's convenient.
I spent a lot of time with my brother. I love him. I mean, you know what that's like, Sloan. You had a brother once, didn't you?
Yes.
You had no right to bring me in here, and you know it. You have no right to keep me here. So if there's nothing else, have a good day.
What kind of delay are they asking for?
No delay. They've already got a new lawyer. They want to move on this.
So where does that leave us?
I don't know. Nowhere. The Emerys are too powerful. We would lose.
I'm not going to let that happen.
What can I get you?
What's your best scotch?
Well, it depends. Single malt, blended. If it's single, it's gonna be the best.
So that's what I'll have. I hear that you're a notary.
It's a living. How's that?
It's good. You notarized my dead husband, Frank Emery's will not too long ago.
You gonna want to chase her with that?
Just water. My brother came here to talk to you about it, and he got the crap beat out of him instead. Right here in this casino, I think you know something about that. We know about the notary fraud. They're gonna want to keep you quiet, and they are not gonna be nice about it.
I don't want any trouble. Meet me in the ladies' room on my break. 10 minutes.
She's too scared to testify, but I got everything I needed. And it's recorded.
I notarized Frank Emery's will, okay? I never saw him sign it. I lifted his prints from a cocktail glass. This guy Joseph paid me 10 grand. When they found out your brother wanted a meeting, they set him up. Now you gotta do me solid. Give me some money. Get far away from here.
I'll take that. Now you will stay away from the casino and the Emerys. Or next time, it won't be so nice.
I'm no technician, but I know a kid who can fix that. I'll give him a call. Jerry can fix anything.
You know, Michael, you don't always have to work.
Hey, it's the great Palmer Never Say Die Gene's hard at work. And you got him too, right? I'm gonna be back in court in a couple of days.
It won't matter. Judge Garner's gonna rule against us anyway. I just wanted to help those people on State Street.
You did your best.
Not good enough.
Yo, you must be Hayden?
Yeah.
Sorry, Miss Emery?
Yes, that's me.
Well, I'm the guy. Father Kellum's guy? Jerry with a G.
Oh, right.
Anyway, here you go. Oh, where is it? Like new. What can I say? G-Man delivers.
Thank you so much. How much do I owe you?
College scholarship.
Oh.
Nah, I'm messing with you. This is my good deed for the day. I could use some good karma. Father Kellum says that's the best way to go. Anyway, the phone's good, and those pictures on there, I saved them for you, but kind of funky.
Thank God he fixed this. It has Crystal's confession on it.
Kinda funky pictures, huh?
Well, see, Lori and I decided to follow Frank to his weekly poker match just to see what was going on. And who do we see there but Joseph and his cronies? And they were doing things they shouldn't have been.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And what about Frank?
Oh, he wasn't doing anything. He was playing poker.
Sure.
Scout's honor.
Scout's.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. That's our by-the-book Judge Garner. I knew he was in the Emery camp. I knew it.
This changes everything.
I just didn't know it was him.
Well, Detective, what can I help you with?
Well, sir, something's come up regarding the Emery case.
Oh, you know I can't talk about that.
No. I mean the Frank Emery murder case. See, Joseph and Virgil are persons of interest in our murder investigation, and it seems that you have an off-hours relationship with them. It's pretty clear that the man right there in the compromising position is you. Yeah, it looks like your girl's not the only one who blew it. Well, look, all I'm really interested in is what you know about the Frank Emery murder case. If you happen to overhear anything or see anything that might involve them.
Well, I know that my reputation and my marriage and my legacy are gone. What am I going to tell my girls?
Yeah, and I'm sorry for that, sir. You know, I might suggest that you might be wise to dismiss yourself from the case. Oh, but if you remember anything, please, sir, call me.
You haven't been here all night going through this stuff.
I'm pretty good at digging, but maybe we overlooked something.
Look, I've been through it all. All possible names have been crossed off the list. They just sent us on a wild goose chase to kill time.
I still can't believe Judge Garner blew his brains out.
You can't feel bad for him. He got busted with a stripper. Photos don't lie.
What to do that for?
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for meeting me here. I didn't want to keep coming down to the police station. No offense.
This is nice. So, you looked through all those files and you didn't come up with anything?
Nothing except for this. Ledger.
I hope you don't mind coming in on a Saturday.
Always happy to help. I spend all my time looking at bodies. I tell you, dead people can be pretty dull.
Yeah, I was wondering about your new car. It was a gift from Virgil Emery.
Excuse me?
Come on, Virgil. The doctor's now got a lawyer and he's squawking like a pregnant duck. Laying eggs with your name all over him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Petechial hemorrhage.
Blood infused into the whites of the eye from smothering. It's in my report.
We could exhume Mr. Emery and see if that's really true. Oh, wait, as a matter of fact, we did that. So you might as well make your life easier and tell us all about how you and Joseph killed your brother, Frank. Yeah, I had Mr. Emery's body re-examined, and lo and behold, we found no evidence of blood in the eyes, so he wasn't smothered. And your report was a phony, which was bought and paid for, as noted, by Virgil Emery himself.
I didn't kill Frank. And Joseph didn't kill Frank. He was with me. There's no way we would kill our own brother.
You're very stupid to be a doctor.
No way. I'm gonna talk to my attorney.
Ooh. I believe your attorney is dead.
What?
You didn't know?
No.
Between Joseph bribing the ME, the notary confession, and your picture of Garner and the hooker, I think we have an airtight case.
Thank God for technology and Jerry with a G.
But still, you know, the medical examiner had nothing to do with the will. Are we sure we don't want to settle?
Are you kidding me? It's ball control offense, smash mouth defense, boil it down to the gravy, and win. Exactly.
At least I'm not the Black Widow.
So you got back in the house?
The injunction worked. I moved back in yesterday and I changed the locks. I think this judge might even be fair.
Well, it must be nice to be on a level playing field. You ever hear of succinylcholine?
No. What is that?
It's a paralytic. In small doses, it's a party drug. Street name is sex. In large doses, it stops the heart. It's untraceable.
But if you think that's what killed Frank, if it's untraceable, how do you know?
Well, where it's not apparent in the body, we found traces of it in the IV port where it was injected into Frank.
Really?
Yeah, and when we searched the poker house, we found the drug. That means the Emerys have access.
Can you nail them?
No, not yet. They'll just alibi each other. And Virgil's not ready to roll over on his brother. And the truth is, I don't think Virgil even knows what happened to Frank. Now, this case could get real cold real fast. At least you won your case, huh?
Yeah, but in the event of my death, those brothers inherit everything. So I might as well paint a target on my back and give Joseph the gun and say, shoot me with it.
Well, I'll arrange protection for you.
But how do you know who to trust? I mean, crooked judges, crooked doctors, crooked lawyers. I gotta go.
What?
Thank you so much, Detective Sloan.
Don't do something stupid. I'm watching you. Stupid.
So you said you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I was wondering about a couple of things.
Like what?
Like how you knew Judge Garner was at the poker house. You called him a dirty old man for participating. How did you even know he was there?
You told me about Garner.
No, I just found that out myself. And another thing, only you and I knew that Michael was going to the 7th Street Casino. You set him up.
This is crazy. I'm your best friend.
And when Belinda called me and said she wanted to meet with me, you told them she was coming. What was she gonna tell me, Lori?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
How much were they paying you? How far were you gonna let it go until he killed me, huh?
No one was supposed to get hurt, Hayden. I mean, especially you. But Joseph would have killed me if I didn't help. You of all people have to understand that.
How much was he paying you?
Some. A little. Nothing in the grand scheme of things. Nothing like what you were gonna get. But then you had to get greedy.
Really? Because if I was in it for the money, I would have settled a long time ago. Now they're setting me up for murder, and I could face the death penalty. Would you be okay with that?
Of course not. I'm sorry.
You know, it's not too late. I can take you to Sloan, and you can tell him everything. We can put Virgil and Joseph away for good.
That would be a pretty dumb move, considering. You know, it really didn't have to be this way.
So when Belinda told me not to trust anyone, she meant Lori.
Well, she was gonna tell you about Lori's cooperation. So I had to make other arrangements.
You fool. Now you're an accomplice to murder.
So much more than that. You see, Joseph and Virgil had the perfect alibi because it was true. They were at the club that day.
What are you talking about?
Do you really think that I could have killed Frank? Do you?
Yes. Because I saw you drive up.
Because nobody thought to ask where Lori was.
You killed Frank.
You saw Joseph's car pull in, so you just assumed that it was him. I just waited outside Frank's bedroom till I was sure you were gone.
You ever hear of succinylcholine? Large doses, it stops the heart. It's untraceable.
I liked Frank. A lot.
He made you kill her. I know he did.
Oh, shut up. Do you really think I could have done it? He was my brother, and I loved him. But he humiliated me. He did, and he embarrassed me. And he embarrassed the family name. And he had his time, and now it's my time. My time. I'm head of the Emery family. It was a mercy killing Hayden.
How could you?
I always told you I wanted more than a paycheck. Joseph gave me that chance.
You're so blind. Don't you know that you are just the hired help now?
The help? What are you talking about?
He's just using you the same way he used those thugs that killed Belinda.
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
This is how it works, Hayden. You're depressed, you're distraught, so you kill yourself. Joseph needs me to testify as to how suicidal my poor best friend was.
Let's think about it. You're forgetting how selfish Joseph is.
I don't think so, sweetheart.
Put the gun down. So, Joseph, how does it feel? It looks like we both lost a brother. You okay?
I am, thanks to you, Detective.
You call me Joshua.
How did you know?
I told you I'd be watching.
ধ্রুবতারা মিউজিক।
ভালোবাসা ভালো না দিয়ে গেলি বেদনা, তুই তো বন্ধু মানুষ ভালো না। ও বন্ধু রে করে গেলি নিঠুর ছলনা। ভালোবাসা ভালো না দিয়ে গেলি বেদনা, তুই তো বন্ধু মানুষ ভালো না। ও বন্ধু রে করে গেলি নিঠুর ছলনা। যখন আমার কাছে ছিল গাড়ি বাড়ি টাকা, তুই আমার পাশে ছিলি পকেট করতে ফাঁকা। যখন আমার কাছে ছিল গাড়ি বাড়ি টাকা, তুই আমার পাশে ছিলি পকেট করতে ফাঁকা। এখন আমার কিছু নাই, তুই আমার পাশে নাই। ভালোবাসা মিশে বাহানা। ও বন্ধু রে উড়ে গেলি মিথ্যে ছলনা। নিজের মুখে বলেছিলি আমি পরাণ পাখি, আমার জীবন নষ্ট করিলি তুই যে সর্বনাশী। নিজের মুখে বলেছিলি আমি পরাণ পাখি, আমার জীবন নষ্ট করিলি তুই যে সর্বনাশী। নয়ন জলে কেঁদে যাই, চোখের পানি চোখে নাই, আর কখনো ভালোবাসবো না। ও বন্ধু রে করে গেলি মিথ্যে ছলনা। ভালোবাসা ভালো না দিয়ে গেলি বেদনা, তুই তো বন্ধু মানুষ ভালো না। ও বন্ধু রে করে গেলি নিঠুর ছলনা। ও বন্ধু রে তুই তো বন্ধু মানুষ ভালো না। ও বন্ধু রে করে গেলি নিঠুর ছলনা। ও বন্ধু